Here we go. Yeah, we're recording. Hi, everybody. I'm back to do our high intensity interval training, and this is Kelly again, who was helped with our step and our cardio kickbox videos. So, high intensity interval training. I know this is a little bit hard to see, so I'll have this on the slides that will accompany this video as well. High intensity interval training, otherwise known as HIIT. You'll probably have seen that in many places. High intensity are the key words in this workout. So we have a few different ways we're going to do this today. One of the ways we're going to do this HIIT workout is equal work to rest ratios. This interval training, typically you have a set time that you're doing your movement and a set time that you're resting. So the equal work to rest ratios, we're going to try a 20-20, so 20 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, a 30-30, and a 40-40. And we're going to kind of see how that feels. 40 seconds of a really high intensity workout might be really difficult, but a 40-second break is also quite long, so to rest. This is going to be work to rest. There's also different ways you can do high intensity interval training with active recovery too, so that's something that I have written down in your slides that we can explore a little as well. We're also going to do a pyramid where we do a 30-30, and that's equal work to rest ratio. Then it's going to be 30-20, then 30-10, back to 30-20, and then 30-30. And kind of go through and see again how that makes our heart rate feel. These are all going to be very high intense movements, but there's always ways to make things achievable. That's what I was thinking. And if you don't like the jumping, if you don't like certain plyometrics, you could always add larger movements or weights, make something really weighted, or even make it faster. Speed is also a component, I feel like, of the high intensity interval training. We have this right here, it's negative rest intervals. So the negative rest intervals are the intervals that are shorter than the amount of work you do. So that 30-20, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Another negative rest interval is this Tabata, where it's 20-10. And we call it Tabata inspired because we're not doing true Tabata where you're at your absolute maximum heart rate for the 20 seconds and then 10-second break, you do it 8 times and then you're just done. So we're doing some Tabata inspired where we might do 2 or 4 different moves. And if you do 2 different moves, we'll repeat them 4 times for a total of 8. If we're doing 4 different moves, we'll repeat it 2 times for a total of 8 with a little bit longer rest before moving on to the next thing. So, Kelly, you want to pop in?
All right,
yeah.
So I'm going to be the coach or the instructor for Megan is going to demonstrate the first part, equal work to rest ratios. So one thing that's really important is, as far as teaching HIIT, is to really use a lot of motivational cues because your members, your students, your participants are going to be tired and they're going to be pushing themselves to the limit. And if they're not, that's your job to get them there. So, Megan, I'm going to ask you, because we didn't determine this, what exactly are you going to do for your exercises?
I think this 20-20 is going to be explosive jacks.
Okay.
Big jumping.
So normally I would tell her what to do, but we hadn't really figured that part out. So she's going to do the workout, I'm going to do the coaching, I'm going to do the counting. So you always want to have a good way of keeping track of time because they're working their butts off and you want to give them the right amount of rest and all that stuff. So it's good. Also really important in a high intensity class is to have nice motivational music because, like, again, you want to make sure that that music is inspiring. If it's super slow tempo, kind of mellow, not going to work. So let's hope that this one works for Megan. It's Green Day. You may know it. Yeah. All right. So I got to get my time ready. Are you ready, Megan?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to work for 20 seconds and you're going to rest. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. Go. Yes. Nice. Jump. Higher than you can. Oh, that's awesome. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And moving forward.
Oh yeah. Don't stop. Don't stop. Perfect. 5 more seconds. You're going to rest. 5, 4. Looking strong. Looking strong. 3, her way here. So she has 10 more seconds of rest. Whew. 30 on, 30 rest. That's what we're modeling here. Starting again in 5, 4, 3, 2, yeah, 40 seconds! Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Looking good, looking good. Here we go. Yes. Keep that chest roll. You got it, you got it. Good job, Megan. Woo. Oh, keep breathing. Keep it going. Yes, you're halfway, you're halfway. Hey, stop. Oh yeah. Keep it going. Don't stop. 10 more seconds. Stay strong, stay tough. Come on. Amazing, you're so good. 5, 4, here we go, 2, 1. All right, resting for 40. We got a 40-second recovery. Waiting for 40. Catching your breath, getting a drink. Keep breathing, motion down. Keep that head above your heart. Woo! I hope you're joining us. I hope you're checking this out. If you want to talk, we want to ask you, and during the live class with Megan, how does this feel when you have that much rest time? She's still resting, and she's still resting for another 10 seconds. So are you.
It's good. My heart rate's still high.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Beautiful.
and 40 seconds of rest is done. All right, so Megan, how did that feel with those ratios? She can't talk yet.
Obviously, it was good.
Yeah.
It worked. I love that, actually, pyramiding it up like that. And it'd be fun to experiment with the explosive jacks. Put those here. See how that would go. So, yeah.
I made her talk. That wasn't nice of me.
No, it's
See,
fine.
if you can talk right after, you weren't working hard enough. She was.
Yeah.
She did a good job. But really, typically, if you were starting with this 40-40, it would feel like twiddling your thumbs, like
Yes.
40 seconds of rest was too much.
Too much.
So more than likely, you're going to stay closer to this range for the equal work to rest ratios. 20-20, 30-30. Most likely, you're not going to want to get up into those 40s on that one, unless we did it like a pyramid, kind of like we just did.
Yes.
So play around with it, but when you're planning a class, do your best to kind of think about some of those bigger numbers. You really can't max out your intensity going for that long. It's really hard. You start to get fatigued. So probably 30 is going to be your, I guess, sweet spots.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right.
Kelly's going to take over with the pyramid. We're starting at 30-30.
All right, so I'm going to do, again, the exercises you want to incorporate into these are ones that are going to like max out that heart rate, make you work really hard into that anaerobic threshold. But you're, so I'm gonna kind of do mine on the Bosu. Megan might do a couple on the floor, just to kind of show how you can change up some of these basic moves. We'll start with the jump squats, and then that's going to be the 30s. Then we're going to go to a burpee, and then this one we're going to do alternating lunges or plunges.
I call them plunges. Plyometric lunges. I've always called them plunges.
All right, so the music, I will start, but you got the timer, right?
I got the timer. Yeah, we're doing 30-30.
Oh my gosh,
right?
all right, ready.
Are you ready?
Tell me when to go.
All right, and let's go. Awesome. I like to hit the floor, drive those hips back, explode up. Obviously, you can always go faster or just raise to the tiptoes, a great regression. Halfway there, Kelly, halfway there. We got it. Love incorporating the Bosu balance trainer. Adds another level. Let's go, let's go. 7, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Looking good. 30-second break right here. Going on to the burpee. Yeah. Woo. 20 more seconds. Make sure this is when you talk to your class. This is when you encourage. This is when you motivate. This is when you instruct. Get them ready for the next move. Starting in 3, 2, let's go. Obviously, options. Let's go, let's go. Halfway. 15 seconds, ready, ready. Love this right here. Beautiful. those alternating lunges. Almost there. So you gotta really encourage. You're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Got 30 seconds. You can always speed it up. Hold on to some weights. Beautiful. We got 15 seconds. I always say set your mental goal. Is that just to finish? Come on. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Head and back. Down that pyramid. We got our burpees. And go. Woo. This is where it's getting tough. This is where I say, come on, Kelly. You got this. You're almost there. No more burpees after this. 20 seconds to go. We got it. All in it together. This one's a tough one. And we got 3 seconds. And break. That's hard. After that short break, this round was tough. Woo. Keep moving. One more. That is it. Starting in 8 seconds. Woo. Back. Jump squats. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Up on that tiptoe. Come on. You got it. Beautiful. I know you're getting tired here. Don't sacrifice form. Let's do it. 10. Woo! 3, 2, 1. Woo! And done. Good.
All right, now neither one of us can talk.
Take a breath. You were tighter than I did that time, for sure.
All right. Woo. So for the Tabata inspired, because we want you to get right up there with your students, we recommend you find a song, all sorts of playlists going on Apple Music or wherever, that counts for you.
Yeah. They'll say go, they'll say stop, they'll count it down. Really easy to put in Tabata music and find it.
All right, so Megan, who's doing it? You're already tired. No, so
I can start.
20. We'll probably try to do this together. Let's do. Okay, so our exercises for this, we're gonna do a double squat jump forward first, shuffle back. That's gonna be the first move.
Okay.
The second move, it's gonna be lateral skaters. Side to side, keep that chest tall. What are our last 2 moves?
Let's
And
see,
then we'll
last 2
repeat.
moves. We're gonna repeat it.
Yeah, so
4
we'll
times.
do 4 moves.
Let's do like a sprinter spring here. I always say here, you gotta take it up, down, explode.
All right, so then the second round we do that, you're gonna have the opposite foot in front.
Yeah, first round right leg in front, second round left leg in front,
Or just do some
and
high
then
knees.
high knees, sure.
Okay, so it's only 20 seconds. It's not gonna feel too bad at first. Since you do this 8 times, that 10 seconds of rest or recovery is gonna feel shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Each time.
All right,
All right,
we
we're
got
starting
the music,
with
right?
a double squat jump forward, hustle back. The music's gonna tell us when to go. It's gonna. You better be doing this one.
Yeah.
Back shuffle, stay low. Land with your weight in your heel.
I like to count how many I do, so the second round I'll do the
Skaters,
same amount.
go as much wide and much distance as you can.
2, 1, go!
Keep that chest off. Rock that leg behind you.
Explode.
you. Yeah, you just did all that. All right, so if you're gonna do HIIT in a class, it's not gonna be a very long class. 30 minutes, unless you're doing HIIT with something else that's less cardio based, like core or strength work. One thing to really keep in mind, I don't know if we covered, is you have to do a very lengthy warm up and be properly warmed up for this, because you don't want to go from 0 to 60. It's not good for your heart. So you slowly build that intensity, and then you go all out like we just did.
Yep.
So.
And something we're not going to be able to do this semester, since we're not meeting in person, you can do these type of intervals in a cycle class too, which are really fun. You have a nice resistance on, and pretty much sprint it out for 20, 10 times 8, or pyramid it up. So
yeah,
it's a really versatile workout.
Or a really steep hill climb too.
Yeah. So it's a real versatile workout.
Or running on the track.
Yeah.
If you want to do sprints on the track, if you have access to those instead of a stationary thing like we did. So
Yeah. So anyway, hope you enjoyed HIIT class. Nice. Thank you.